So what's your sense of the evening? I mean, you look at these exit polls, you look at the,
My sense of the evening is if Mitt Romney loses in Ohio, the president is reelected.
How do you think we got to that point? I mean, President Obama's approval rating was so low, and obviously this is hypothetical. We don't know who's even winning right now, never mind who won. But how do you think it got this tight?
Because it's a changing country. The demographics are changing. It's not a traditional America anymore.
So, Bill O'Reilly, tell us, what exactly is traditional America?
And there are 50% of the voting public who want stuff. They want things.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for clarifying that stuff also means things. I'm sure your audience needed that to be clarified for them. Stuff is things, and things is stuff. And people want them, 50% of them. So I guess that's the difference. It's not traditional to want things in America. You know, I mean, the Republican Party, they don't want things. They don't want tax cuts for the rich or anything like that. They don't want things, especially not for 50% of the country.
And who is going to give them things? President Obama. He knows it, and he ran on it. Whereby 20 years ago, President Obama would have been roundly defeated by an establishment candidate like Mitt Romney. The white establishment is now the minority.
I knew if you gave him enough time, he'd eventually say what he meant. That's the traditional America that Bill O'Reilly opines for. He misses when the white establishment was not the minority. He misses when we were the majority and we could just dictate how everything went. See, I'm white, so I can say we. Even though I totally disagree with him, and I can give a fuck less about the white establishment that Bill O'Reilly misses so much. Fuck you. Fuck you. Traditional America. Traditional America is basically what someone says when they have no fucking real argument. When they just want to appeal to dumbass other people's emotions. Like, oh, I want my country back. There's a black guy in the White House, so this ain't my country no more until there's a white guy in the White House. Then I'll have my country back. Fuck all of you.
And the voters, many of them, feel that this economic system is stacked against them, and they want stuff. You're going to see a tremendous Hispanic vote for President Obama. Overwhelming black vote for President Obama. And women will probably break President Obama's way. People feel that they are entitled to things, and which candidate between the two is going to give them things.
Yes, Bill, it's that those blacks, they want things, the Mexicans want things, women want things, young voters want things. We don't agree with you simply because we're so greedy. It's not you guys that are greedy at all. The Republicans are not greedy. It's all these greedy liberals and Democrats that voted for Obama because they just want their free handouts. That's the only reason you could vote for Obama. Is not possibly like me, who voted for Obama because the other candidate, Romney, was such a piece of shit. And of course, as usual, Bill O'Reilly caught a lot of flack for saying this traditional America crap and that people just want stuff. By the way, stuff is things, in case you didn't know. Just wanted to clarify. So on his show, he tries to explain himself, and it only gets funnier.
Is traditional America gone for good? That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. Emotions still running high after last week's presidential vote. Many who supported Mitt Romney feel somewhat betrayed, and there is anger as well as sadness in the air. My pal Dennis Miller believes traditional America has been vaporized, that it is gone for good.
Do I think I'll ever see it go back in my lifetime to the other way? No, I don't. I think this is it. Do I think it's the America that I saw from 18 to 58? No, I don't. Is that the end of the world? No, it's not like I was in the shower this morning and found a lump in my armpit. That's always my fallback position. I got a great life, but I'm just saying it is not the America I've grown comfortable with.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Dennis Miller is one of these poor people that might be helped by Obamacare, so that if they took a shower and found a lump in their armpit, they could go see a fucking doctor. If they have cancer, they could get screened for it and have tests run. But without insurance, they can't. So Dennis Miller is saying, I'm fine. I've still got money. I can still go see a doctor. I'll be all right. But traditional America, it's gone. Now all these other people can see a doctor too.
Let's look at what happened 6 days ago. President Obama received about 62 million votes, 11% less than he got in 2008. So he's slipping in popularity. Mitt Romney ended up with 3.3 million fewer votes than the president. Close, but Romney got 2% fewer votes than John McCain garnered in 2008. By any measure, a poor performance for Governor Romney. Remember, McCain was running right into a recession.
And remember, McCain was running right into a recession that our Republican president caused, and Bill O'Reilly is admitting right here.
So it was more about Romney's failure to build on McCain's vote than Obama doing anything. A stronger candidate would have defeated the president. Mr. Obama won the woman vote, blacks and Asians, but it was the Hispanic vote that really nailed Romney. 71% of Latinos voted for the president. And that was the difference in Florida, Virginia, Colorado, and Nevada. Other states were impacted as well. Romney took white males and independents by significant margins.
You don't say.
But when you bunch it all up together, when you bunch it up, it was an entitlement vote this year. American families earning less than $30,000 a year broke big for the president, 62% to 35%.
All I got out of that statistic was that 35% of people are still incredibly fucking stupid. If you make $30,000 or less per year and you vote for Romney, it's not because you understand fucking the economics or fiscal issues.
So it's clear that left-wing ideology did not win the day for Barack Obama. Big spending on federal programs did. That's the key, because many in the media would have us believe that liberal ideology was confirmed by this election. It was not. However, secularism is certainly eroding traditional power. No question about it. Those Americans who attend religious services at least once a week voted for Romney 59-39. Problem is, church-going is on the decline in this country. Here's an example. Despite the president's controversial insistence that some Catholic entities provide birth control and after pills, Catholics supported Obama 50-48, down from 2008, but still a surprise to some. But only about 30% of American Catholics now attend weekly Mass. So you can see the impact of creeping secularism on the religious vote.
Okay. So it's not because conservative ideas suck that the conservatives lost. And it's not because liberal ideas are good that the liberals won. It's because of secularism. Secularism is destroying the white establishment here in America. Traditional America. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. Okay. Go secularism.
On paper, the stats look hopeless for traditional Americans, but they can be reversed. However, it will take a very special politician to do that. By the way, Mitt Romney didn't even try to marginalize secularism. He basically ignored it. A mistake, because President Obama is the poster guy for this secular progressive movement.
What? This is news to me, a secular progressive. This is news to me. Obama is the poster child for secular progressives. I guess that extending Bush tax cuts, keeping Guantanamo Bay open, being even harder on immigration than Bush was, federally rating state, marijuana dispensaries in different states that have legalized it. I guess these are all very secular and progressive, right? Right, Bill? No? No? Oh, maybe you've got your head so far up your ass, you have no clue what the fuck is going on around you.
The key question going forward, is the SP movement good for Americans, no matter what their ethnicity or economic condition? And the answer is no. 3 vivid examples. Secular progressives champion a do-your-own-thing philosophy. No judgments about personal behavior are allowed in that arena. The public school system has adopted that philosophy, and that's now wreaking havoc on American society. In 2010, about 41% of American babies were born out of wedlock. That's up 8 percentage points since 2000, and up an astounding 23 percentage points since 1980.
Damn, that's a good argument, Bill. As soon as you explain to me how it is that being married automatically makes things better for a child. I have a daughter. I'm not married to her mother, but we all live together in this house that we pay for, we own, don't rent. I make a mortgage payment, obviously, but I don't rent. We own a house. We all live together. We're all happy. We didn't need your God or your conservatism. We didn't need to be married to be good parents. Look at that. Huh. So that's an astounding statistic in your favor as soon as you show me how it is that simply being married makes everything great.
Babies born to unmarried women drive poverty. Every study shows that. And American minority groups are the most affected.
Awesome. Bill actually tried to answer my question. However, he failed. You still didn't show how simply being married automatically makes you money to raise a family. These next statistics you're going to show about Hispanics and blacks. Let's imagine that they all just get married and then have a shitload of kids. How does being married make it easier to raise the kids? How does that ease your financial woes? How does any of that happen? It's just Catholic pro-marriage bullshit. It's the same kind of non sequitur argument that people would use when they're trying to explain why traditional marriage it can't allow gay marriage. Just like Bill O'Reilly's talking about, traditional America can't allow people to have families unless they're married. I mean, you do know that there's things like child support, right? I mean, men have to pay child support if they have, if a woman asks for it and it's proven that he's the father, et cetera, he signed the birth certificate. You do know about these things, right? I mean, this is what people deal with on a day-to-day basis. That you make decisions. People have sex. Sometimes they have kids. They can't have abortions or use contraception, certainly not funded by the government, right? So Bill O'Reilly's asking for this problem in the fucking first place.
In 2010, 73% of black babies were born outside of marriage. 53% of Hispanic babies were. The number was 29% for white babies. So the cycle continues. Minorities are more affected by poverty because the traditional family unit has broken down in those precincts. And rather than trying to reverse that, secular progressives want more entitlement spending. Nothing about changing libertine attitudes.
Bill, it's dealing with the issue. You've made it so that abortion is hard to get and contraceptive can't be given by your employers, all right? But people are still going to have sex. And not everybody has a bunch of money. Therefore, the children still that are born. Do you understand that? The children are the ones being punished here. Who cares if the parents aren't married or they made a bad mistake, the mother's a drunk slut? I don't care. You're punishing the child, Bill O'Reilly. You are the asshole that is literally punishing the child.
On the abortion front, same thing. Rather than trying to discourage taking the lives of millions of fetuses, the SPs have created a mythical war on women, screaming that so-called reproductive rights are under assault. The abortion zealots want the procedure on demand, no matter how late term, and are stridently opposed to even counseling before this life-ending procedure is undertaken. Abortion is settled law in the USA, but it should be discouraged because human DNA is present upon conception. Thus, the situation becomes a human rights issue.
So now, if you've been paying attention, Bill O'Reilly doesn't want you to have an abortion. He wants you to be married if you have children and thinks that will get you money all of a sudden. But when it doesn't, he doesn't want to have to help pay. He calls it an entitlement. You want things like formula for your baby that you have no money for. Things, stuff. You want that stuff like diapers and things that your child needs. This is not the poor mother gets punished if the child has no formula. No, the child is the one being punished, Bill. The one that you didn't want to have aborted. You fucking retard.
Ask yourself this question. Should America be a country where potential human life, an undeniable fact after conception, is terminated for convenience? For convenience. Is that the kind of country we want?
No, not at all. That's not the country I want to live in. I'd much rather live in a country where fucking shitbags like Bill O'Reilly get to dictate how I live my life or how some woman lives her life. All these conservatives like rape is a fucking gift from God. That's the country I want to live in. A Republican utopia. Coctopus out.